All right. So coming back to this overall process, this is the process that you set up in iteration 0. You don't have to invent all of it. You've got plenty of samples, one of which I just gave you. Just steal that stuff and modify, use it as a template, and go to town. And you're gonna be rolling. You're gonna be rolling quick. Remember, your mindset first is to establish a high bar of quality. And you do that with your multiple layers of test automation and static code analysis. I didn't show you this one part in the build script. I'll make a kind of highlight it now. But in the build script, I'll just go to the part where we do the compilation. We do .NET build, right? And here's all these command lines. You don't need to figure out what command lines you need. You want to be able just to use these from scratch. But check it out. Here's a property. Treat warnings as errors equals true. This is your built-in baseline static analysis. Now, you could go into every single Visual Studio project and you could check the box to treat warnings as errors. The reason that people don't do that by default is because it's annoying. It's a terrible development experience to have it always treating warnings as errors, because you're doing something temporary and now it's treating it as an error and you can't even compile because Visual Studio is warning you of something. It's like, yeah. I need to figure out how to get this code working and then I'll fix the warning. But you don't want the warnings to block you from even debugging something while you're working on it. This is why people don't turn on this switch, is because it gets in the way. Well, then people leave it off. So the important part is you optimize your development experience by leaving it off by default in the project so you can get stuff working. But in your build process, you have it turned on. And that way, you don't have any code that's lighting up with warnings actually making it in to your software. Okay. So just things like this, things like this to optimize the flow. And then, of course, the integration build, the packaging and putting in release management, and then the 3 different types of deployed environments. Again, that's the minimum. Plenty of teams have 4 environments, 5 environments, or they have the 3 environment types, but they have like 6 parallel manual test environments because they have different groups that need to test out everything else. That's totally fine. But you can never get away with fewer than 3 sequential environments because they all serve a totally different purpose. Production, internal manual testing, and test automation. Totally different audiences, totally different purposes.